ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ಶರಣರ ನೊಸಳಿಗೆ ವಿಭೂತಿಯೇ.
It was in 2012, a friend of mine gave me, narrated a story to me that will happen to his friend. And that friend who narrated it to me, he is also the music director of the film, and the story originated from him. Yeah, so there is a writer, his name is Karthik. He is the main writer of the film, and I contributed a little bit along with him. So, yeah, co-wrote in that sense. We had to be very, very sure that we were sensitive and careful about how we were portraying them in the film. We spoke to a lot of people, we read a lot of research papers, and we did a whole bunch of things like that, and then slowly, pieced it together and eventually got the story down. Yes. So that's exactly why we had the title Chilli Chicken, because Chilli Chicken, everyone associates that with their favorite dish, either an Andhra style chili chicken or a Chinese style chili chicken. But also it's a racial slang that is used to call somebody from the northeast because they have certain distinct features. Other racial slangs are also, they call them chinkies, momo, and all those kind of derogatory kind of words. So we thought, have a title like Chilli Chicken will probably entice the audience to kind of watch it, only to walk away from the film having learned something more than just being a food dish. I started making films since 2014. I started with a feature documentary, then made a couple of short films in different languages, in Tamil, Hindi, and another documentary, and then I was a creative producer at Viacom for a while in Bombay. Worked on a couple of Bollywood films over there for about 4 to 5 years, close to 5 years, and then got out and eventually made my first feature. The story, it's based on a true story that happened in Frasertown in Bangalore. So I did dabble with the idea of making it in different languages initially, but I have a very strong affinity and liking towards Bangalore, one. I'm familiar with the territory and familiar with the place, and the city nuances and all of that. So it just made most sense to kind of make the film in Kannada and tell the story wherever it actually happened, rather than situating it anywhere else or whatever. So that's how we arrived at that decision. So there were a lot of lockdowns and shutdowns in Manipur, because of their own the political turmoil and all of that. So these actors, it was a risk for us and also extremely risky for them. Our hair and makeup team also came from Manipur. So there were a lot of challenges in terms of how they would come here in the first place. And then the biggest challenge of all being also that they had to learn Kannada, which is a completely alien language to them. Right? So we had a dialect coach, and Bharat, who was the dialect coach, was very good, and sat down with them, and I think in about a week to 10 days time, trained them to the best of their ability to kind of speak Kannada, and they learned their lines so well, and I think they suffered during the dubbing process because they dubbed their own lines in Kannada, right, at the end. So several challenges along the way, but when you're telling a story of this sort of nature, it's bound to come with its own set of challenges. One of them is a very professional actor. He's done a lot of work in the past in Bollywood and all of that. But the other cast, most of them were newcomers, and I think they, because the story of what was being told, I think it struck a chord for them, within them. So I think they really rose to that challenge. So we managed to raise funds for the film. My producing partner Deep and we kind of set up our own production house in Bangalore, and we kind of raised the funds and independently and kind of made the film. I think it ran for about a week or so in Bangalore, because then I think we had that mammoth film Kalki come out. So when Kalki came, obviously we had to get out, no choice there. But We ran for a while in Manipur in theatres over there, and I think as was the first ever Kannada film in the history of the state of Manipur to ever release there. So I think it's a matter of great pride for Kannada cinema also. It's the first non-Manipuri film ever in the last 23 years to kind of release over there. So it's a big deal, I thought, and they really resonated with the story over there. A lot of people couldn't even, are not really familiar with reading English subtitles, or neither do they understand the Kannada language. But because it's their story being told, and I think they also found it a bit surprising that a non-Manipuri or not like a person who's not from the northeast decided to tell the story and portrayed it sensitively. I think they were quite taken by all of those things. Because of Amazon Prime, independent filmmakers or films which don't have stars and things like that, extremely content driven, get a chance to kind of recover some money, and save face and allow you to make your next film. We've submitted to a few festivals. We haven't heard back yet, but festival was never a real priority for us when we were making this film. We wanted to kind of take it out to the larger audiences, the wider audience as much as possible. That was always our intention. But now that we've done the theatre run and now it's on OTT, we just thought there were a few festivals that were open at that time, so we just thought we'll submit it and see how it goes. Yeah, I think a lot of positives to take away from the experience of having made this film and released this film. I think if you're talking about financial success, it's still little time for that to recover, but we're optimistic. Just a few more months away, but I think largely from in terms of the critical reception, the feedback from audience, and also the existence of this film in film history, I would say, is an important one and has created a certain impact, and lots to kind of take away from that, and a lot of positives from that, and lots to feel proud about, for sure. So, Andhra style chili chicken. Egg. Chili in the chicken. Chili. Green. Nati chicken. On my plate, chili chicken.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ಶರಣರ ನೊಸಳಿಗೆ ವಿಭೂ